Yeah, I totally just faked walking into my room. But I just got back from the movie theater. I haven't done a movie talk in a while, and as you saw from the thumbnail, most likely, I sat down and watched Death on the Nile, a movie, ironically, I knew nothing about. I went to the movie theaters hoping to watch Jackass Forever, and within the time I was going to be there and that I wanted to be there at the latest, uh, I couldn't watch Jackass Forever. So I said, whatever, let's do something weird and watch just a movie I've heard nothing about. And it actually turned out to be pretty funny because if you're watching this, you might know it's a sequel and you might think, am I confused? And no, I've actually watched Murder on the Orient Express, and I did not know it was getting a sequel at all. And just saw this movie, and compared to everything else that was up, I'd rather watch that, and it paid off because I really enjoyed Murder on the Orient Express. Overall, just as a simple, fun movie to watch. Ironically, but while getting to the Wikipedia so that I could see the actors and actresses filmed in this movie, because there's actually a lot of famous people in this movie, just like Murder on the Orient Express. I saw the reviews from other review channels, and apparently it didn't review well, but for me, I'm just looking for something that can, like, entertain me and at least give me some fun for the hours that I spend watching it. So overall, that's partially how I ended up here. And I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was actually very enjoyable. From the sense of like, it's just a casual sit down and watch movie. I could watch that movie over and over again. Sort of reminds me, the closest thing that these movies remind me of is Bad Times at the El Royale, where they're very visually interesting to look at because they're set. I think this one's in like the 30s, the 40s, I'd imagine, based off what people are wearing. And yeah, it's what keeps it really engaging is these movements between these older characters. Another thing I didn't expect, and it's very fitting now that I've grown my mustache back, going into this, was it's all about mustaches. Mustache is ironically a theme in this movie. It's a minor theme, but everyone in this freaking movie has a mustache, so it was making me giggle a little bit on the inside. I guess I feel represented in the mustache community. But to go over who was in this movie, there's actually a pretty long list, but it's Kenneth, oh, I cannot say his name, Brenal, Tom Bateman, Annette Bening, Russell Brand, Ali Fazal, Dawn French, Gal Gadot, Mrs. Wonder Woman herself, Army Hammer, Army Hammer, that's a memeable name there. Rose Leslie, which is Jon Snow's girlfriend or wife from the show Game of Thrones. Rose Leslie, Emma Mackey, Sophie Okonedo. I think that might be the woman that is from Black Panther. One of these ones is, I forget who it is. That's either that or she's the other actress that I actually do like a lot. Jennifer Saunders and Letitia White. Letitia White, maybe is what it is. Right, is what her name is. But overall, I thought everyone did good. Nice to see Gal Gadot, beautiful woman, fantastic acting. Her and her husband were very interesting characters to follow. I love Monsieur Perrault, I think is like how you say his name. I love his cheesy accent. Rose Leslie was fun, even though she's a very minor character throughout the whole story. And yeah, I like these little sit-down whodunits as movies, because sometimes when you're engaging in mediums, you want to read something really deep or like really emotional, maybe like for anime and me. Attack on Titan has a lot of in-depth meanings and stuff behind some of the stuff that's happening, where sometimes you just want to sit and watch something funny or fun, and it doesn't have to be that complicated. So these books that they're based off of seem to be basic books where the author's just trying to give you crumbs to help you follow the mystery along as things are happening and trying to help you guess who it was. And I will admit, I did guess who the main villain is, at least of the first issue that they're going to deal with in this whole bed of terribleness. I don't know what's with Monsieur Perrault, but he gets himself into a lot of precarious situations where he has to solve murders. Probably how and what makes the books so interesting is that fact of everything. But yeah, overall, the biggest thing I would say from this movie, if I can get a few pictures up, are the is the cinematography in it. It looks great. It's just very, very awesome movie to look at. There's a point where, obviously, since it's a whodunit, he's investigating people, and all the different investigations have these like different cinematics. So one that pops to my mind is he's investigating someone, and they're literally walking in circles, and I think it's funny because why would you be walking in circles while talking to someone? But he is. One's like completely in the dark and all that, so that's really cool and fun to look at. So I guess I'm in the minority there. The fact that a lot of people didn't think they thought it was like okay at best, maybe 50s, 60s is what I was seeing for the overall review scores off the review platforms. For me, it's definitely an enjoyable watch. Good to see in cinemas if you want to see the cinematography at its best, but you don't have to. It's just a simple, engaging, like at-home watch that you could watch every now and then. But other than that, I don't have much else to say, other than I guess that was a very like good choice for me to go out and just choose that as a movie. I got lucky there. And other than that, y'all have a good one.